And hello. Have you ever wondered how people are able to crank out so many YouTube videos so quickly and they're edited fairly well? Well, today I want to share with you 3 keyboard shortcuts that I use all the time that speeds up my workflow and helps me to edit faster. Roll intro. If this is your first time here, why not hit that subscribe button and click the bell notification so you can be updated every time I post new content to this channel. Oh, and welcome. So I want to share with you 3 keyboard shortcuts that I use all the time when I'm editing in Premiere Pro. For client jobs, for YouTube videos, for feature films, documentaries. They're my go-to editing shortcuts that really speeds up my workflow. So let's jump onto the computer and I will show them to you real quick. So I've created this project here and I've already selected some music that I think will work. And this is a Instagram story that I'm just tossing together because I think it's fun. Anyway, pulled this track in that I got from Artlist. One thing I'm going to do is, this has nothing to do with these keyboard shortcuts, but I'm going to move my drop down, my overwrite, and I hit period or this, the overwrite. You can see the little period next to overwrite, and it drops it onto the timeline. I like to start my timeline at 1 hour, and I can tell you my reasons for that in another video. But the keyboard shortcuts that I want to show you are these ones. These are 3 keyboard shortcuts that I find extremely valuable. So come to edit and keyboard shortcuts. It is the ripple trim previous to previous edit to playhead and ripple trim next edit to playhead. Those are 2 very useful tools, and these are the default settings in Premiere Pro's Q and W. And I just got used to using the default. Let me show you how these work. I'm going to bring up my bin here, which I've got with my footage. It's all sideways, so it's going to look funny at first. Let's just clear that just so I can show you how this all works. I'm going to find some in and out points, and this is where the period comes in handy. Just drop those on. Let's throw this little picture in there of sitting on rocks, because that's the thing to do when you're 2 years old. But let's jump over here to this timeline, and let's say we're trying to cut this to the beat. First off, so that you aren't confused by this, we are going to do a quick switcheroo, and this is probably -90. And one trick, and again, this one is a freebie. You go copy, use the select track forward key, and bam. If you hold down the shift key, it only selects one track. And since these are linked, it selects the video and audio track there. Right click, paste attributes. Just want to paste the motion. See, look at that. That one's a freebie. So let's get down to our special shortcuts. Let's say we want it to cut there, and we're gonna lock the music track because we can do that, and that won't move. And let's say I just want that section playing, and I want it to end right there, but I don't want to click here and then drag it. So I use the W. Just hit that W key, and bam. What that did was it basically took this section, it deleted it, and then it moved everything forward or back to that play point. Now, the other reverse, let's say we just want that section. So you hit the Q and it goes the opposite way. It will remove this section and push everything back to that previous edit. See that? And see, look at that. Now, there was one other, and this one sometimes is incredibly useful because you don't want to move everything over. So let's say we've got all sorts of stuff. I'm just going to copy these over as a pretend, holding down the Alt key or Option key on a Mac, and it copies it over. These lines are here because I have show, where is it? This one. Show duplicate frame marker. So these are all duplicates. Let's say you've got something and it's like this, and maybe you're like this, and it's timed to the music in this part over here, and it looks all fancy, and you spent lots of time doing it, and you don't want to move it from that spot, but you want to move this edit. Well, watch this. Let's say it's going to end right there, and you don't want to ripple edit everything. All you do is hover over the end, and this trim tool, select the edge of that clip, and in the keyboard shortcuts, the letter E says extend selected edit to playhead. And you hit the letter E, and bam, it goes straight to your playhead. And there you go. Those are 3 edit tips that will save you a ton of time. All of this remains intact. So those are my top 3 keyboard shortcuts when I'm editing a video. But that's not all. I also have a few other additional hidden secrets that I want to share with you that not many people talk about. One is a super secret Premiere Pro editing shortcut that will save you all sorts of headaches. Let's say, for example, you're listening to this track and you decide that you want to do a different track. Well, I've gotten to this project I created that is all my music, and let's see this one. Let's say we're going to play this one, and I'm going to pull it in there and drop it down so it's like that. Now, I don't want to remove this because I haven't decided what track I want to use. On your menu, you've got this feature called Enable. So this Enable button, you click that and it enables and disables the selected clip. So let's say I want to do it and it doesn't really work together, and you don't want to necessarily solo or mute the entire track because you might have other things you're listening to. Well, I went over here and I went to keyboard shortcuts, and if you search here, type in enable, and then you just double click like over here, and you can like come up with any weird sort of combination. Control Alt Shift F. That's a ridiculous one. I have mine set to Shift E. Let me show you how this works. So I've selected this one I want to mute. Shift E, it's disabled. And then Shift E enables it. So it enables and disables the track, and that saves me all sorts of time. And I've got one more, and this one nobody seems to know about unless you're a crazy programmer or you actually work at Adobe and have built this application, because I learned this from the lead engineer of Adobe Premiere Pro. This guy here taught me how to do this trick, and it saved me so many times. The keyboard shortcut is Control Alt Windows key Shift. It's like basically smashing the left corner of your keyboard. That's how I describe it. But for Windows, Control Alt Windows key Shift. And in Mac, it's Command Option Control Shift. And then open Premiere, and watch this. It brings up a administrative dialog box, and you just give it permission. It loads Premiere. So you're like, well, okay, what's it doing? What it has done is it has completely cleared out Premiere's install cache, like the recent files, and it's almost like you've uninstalled the program and reinstalled it, and you've only hit 4 keys and opened the program, and you haven't had to reinstall and uninstall. The most useful keyboard shortcut when troubleshooting your Adobe Premiere application. completely clean. No recent projects open. As you saw, I had 2 projects open and there's nothing there. So hopefully that gives you some information and tips that will help you become better at editing and speed up your workflow and just, you know, make life easier, because we all need things to be easier and stuff, because easy. Hot chocolate. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and be sure to click the bell notification so you can be updated every time I post new content to this channel. And like it if that's something you want to do, and share it with your friends if you think that they could benefit from this content. And why not leave your own keyboard shortcut ideas in the comments below. I'm also trying some fun stuff on Instagram with Instagram stories, so if you want to follow me over there, at @thejaredisham, and look for the director's cheat sheet coming out real soon, doing some polishes, and hopefully that'll be super beneficial for you in your filmmaking. Until next time, I will continue drinking this hot chocolate, and I will see you in the next video.